Today, this PC is made of human blood. Nvidia's supercards are getting even better. Ryzen 8950X gets its first benchmark, and terrible news for PC gamers. Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. First up for today, I have a really weird one. In a new promo video for Diablo 4, Blizzard revealed a new event called Blood Harvest, which is a sweepstakes where they encourage gamers to donate blood between October 20th and November 20th of this year. The goal is to collect at least 666 quarts of blood, and helping encourage people to donate blood is obviously a noble goal. But this is where things get really weird. According to the promo, if they reach their goal, they'll be giving away a custom liquid-cooled PC that's apparently infused with real human blood.
I'm sorry, what?
This would definitely go down as one of the weirdest marketing schemes probably ever. Of course, it's likely just a drop of blood in the cooling or something along those lines, though I don't know. I mean, there would be obvious issues when using blood as a coolant. I can't believe I'm actually talking about this. Regardless, they do reveal other specs about the PC, including the 13900K and RTX 4090, 64GB of RAM, and more. So it's definitely a powerful computer. There are other goals along the way as well that give out in-game items like armor and weapons. So far, they're already 28% of the way to their goal, so they will likely make it. And if someone in my audience wins it, we'll have to test to find out if they actually put blood in it. This might be the first time I actually wish a company was lying in their marketing. Next up for today, Nvidia's supercards are getting more and more interesting. But before I get to that, learn about computers the way I do with today's sponsor, Brilliant, the online learning platform that I personally use to learn everything from how computer memory works to even things like quantum computing or AI. It's the best place to learn all of that because they were made specifically to teach the STEM field. And that's not even the best part. Instead of memorizing a bunch of crap or sitting through boring lectures, Brilliant teaches you by having you do it yourself. And what's really cool is that they teach you with these engaging, interesting puzzles that actually make learning fun. Plus, there's a ton of courses for everyone, whether you're a beginner or a professional. And get this, when you visit my link at brilliant.org/gamermeld, you'll get to try it out for 30 days free. So there's no reason not to try. Plus, when you decide to get it, you'll get 20% off the premium for life. But you've got to sign up at brilliant.org/gamermeld to get it. Now back to the story, it looks like we have two new leakers claiming that Nvidia is planning to release new supercards. Starting things off, according to a new report from BenchLife and later reported by VideoCards, the 4080 supercard could in fact be coming with 20GB of VRAM. Now, while they didn't distinctly state that it's a 4080 Super, they were talking about the supercards in the post, and it could just be that their board partner sources didn't have a name yet. Either way, that would mean the 4080 is built on the 8102, which is the same GPU that makes up the 4090. Also, according to VideoCards, it would mean a 320-bit bus. Don't forget that the earlier rumor claimed that the 4080 Super would be around the same price as the regular 4080, so this could be a pretty great deal. Now, with that said, the well-known leaker Kopite7Kimi discussed this leak, and he claims that the 4080 Super will be more like the 2080 Super to the regular 2080. With that said, this more or less confirms supercards even further, but that we may not see a jump in memory given the 2080 Super had the same 8GB of VRAM as the regular 2080. Instead, it'll just be a decent bit faster. Either way, it's becoming pretty clear that these new supercards are in fact coming. Next up, it looks like we have one of the first benchmarks for AMD's upcoming Ryzen 8000 CPUs. The story comes from a new video by Red Gaming Tech, where he shares a new benchmark he was given for the Ryzen 8950X. Apparently, it was a later stage engineering sample. Not only that, but he was told to round down, so AMD can't find out who shared it, which is why they have even numbers. Regardless, it was done in the new Cinebench 2024, and you can see it got a single-core score of 140 points and a multi-core score of 2400. When compared to AMD's current 7950X, that's around a 12% increase in single core and a 10% increase in multi-core. Of course, that's not a huge difference, but according to Red Gaming Tech, AMD is trying everything they can to mitigate any kind of clock regression that they're seeing with Zen 5. So the final release part will obviously be better. We'll just have to wait and see how much better AMD can make it before the release. Plus, there may be a CPU with even more cores. Time, as always, will tell. And lastly for today, I have some terrible news for PC gamers everywhere. If you've been following the channel, you know that games have started requiring more and more VRAM lately, to the point where 8GB isn't even enough for just 1080p. Well, that now looks to be the least of our worries, as Alan Wake 2's PC requirements have been revealed. And let's just say, it's bad. As you can see on the minimum side of things, it requires at least a 2060 or RX 6600, and that's 1080p low settings. Now, you'll notice that disqualifies the full RX 5000 series as well as Nvidia's 1000 series completely, and that's obviously a bit odd given the 2060 is slower than the 1080. It's even slower than AMD's Vega 64. So what's going on? Well, in a now deleted tweet, a developer from Remedy states that Nvidia's 1000 series and AMD's 5000 series don't officially support mesh shaders. He goes on to state that a Vertex shader path is still in the game, but they ultimately dropped it because it had lots of performance issues and bugs. Basically, anything below these GPUs flat won't work, so it is truly the minimum. What's wild about this is that mesh shaders were only just introduced with DirectX 12 Ultimate, with the first code drop in 2021, so we're talking 2 years ago, and yet it's being required in this new game. Maybe someone will be able to mod support for Vertex shaders, but given it had a ton of issues for the developers, I doubt a mod will be any better. At the end of the day, I'd argue this is pretty disheartening for the industry as a whole. So while that does it for today, what do you think about these wild PC requirements? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to try out Brilliant for free at brilliant.org/gamermelt. And as always, have a great day.